I don't necessarily think we're gonna see a collapse or anything, but I hope it doesn't.
We were just talking earlier about the possibility of a dollar reset, a collapse.
Oh, the possibility?
Yeah, what do you think?
Isn't it kind of already happening?
That's $80, $90 worth of silver. It says $1 on it. I've often said the reason they put the $1 face value on it is so it won't spend.
For the first time ever, SD Bullion is giving away 2 monster boxes of silver coins, but not just any silver. Learn more today at sdbullion.com/sweepstakes.
What brings you in here to local silver mint?
Well, I'm hoping to do a little trading, so I brought some of my silver that I've gotten over a couple years here. I've only been stacking a couple years, but I just wanted to trade for some of the local silver mint 1/10 ounce silvers that they make here.
Yeah. Silver bits?
Yeah, I've heard of the silver bits, and then I think they got the little bars too, the barter bags.
Yeah,
So.
barter bags.
That sounds like fun.
Well, that's awesome.
I got back into stacking 2023 and just put a little bit of money here and there into it and try and preserve some wealth for the little ones. This is just a way I can diversify what I put money into. I don't necessarily think we're gonna see a collapse or anything, but I think it's good to have this because if the stock market goes into another recession, then this is going to be a lot better than having stock that goes down to 10% of what it's worth overnight.
Why don't you feel a monetary collapse or a dollar collapse?
Well, I don't know. I guess
It's just opium.
It's just opium, I guess. I'm really hoping that doesn't happen because that would be unfortunate for everyone. I hope it doesn't. That's what I'll say on that. I really hope it doesn't.
Dave, what do you think?
It needs to crash. It needs to be reset because it's so bad. The financial system and the central banks, things with $38 trillion debt, $1 trillion interest payment, higher than the defense or close to the defense budget. Should that keep going higher and higher? No, I think it shouldn't, but I don't see them paying it back. So I think that we do, as unfortunate as it might be, the damage has been done and there is a reckoning and there's no way, you have to pay the piper. In a true free market, banks that make bad decisions should suffer consequences of those decisions. But instead, for them to get given free money that is stolen from us in the form of extortion, taxation, those banks should suffer the consequences. That way they learn their lesson. And when they print the money, who is paying for that? We pay for that. In 2000, when an average house was around $200,000, now, fast forward today, an average house around $500,000. Has the value of a house gone up or has the purchasing power of the dollar gone down? If you had saved $200,000 that you had saved in 2000 and you kept it until now, well, it's lost more than half of its purchasing power. Who paid for that? You did. Where did it go? It went to government programs that were unnecessary, gratuitous overspending because they printed more dollars. They reduced the purchasing power of the dollar in the process of doing so. And so in a sense, they took money out of your savings and then they spent it on things that were gratuitous, wasteful government spending. That's enough is enough. I think that it should stop. So as much as it seems like a tough situation for there to be a financial crash, something has to happen to derail this train because the train is driving off the edge of a cliff. And so derail is bad, but driving off the edge of the cliff with all the goods and services that are loaded on it is worse.
Put in the comment if you want it to happen now. But
put in the comments, do you want it now or do you want it later? But later costs more.
That's true. And we all need to realize that when that happens, we are all going to suffer. Every one of us, even stackers, even preppers, we're going to suffer as a society when we have to pay the piper, right?
I agree, but I will just say that some people who are prepared better may suffer less.
So I got these 1 gram rounds that I picked up a little while back. And then I got a little variety as well. I got some 1 ounce, and I got an Eagle here. I got some 1.5 ounce Canadians, and then a maple too. And then these are just some Buffalo rounds in here.
And what about this stuff? Is
Well,
that
this stuff, so these are some little gold bars, 2.5 grams that I picked up a little while back. And I was wondering if you guys would be able to test them on a Sigma. I have a little jeweler scale that I can check. And then I have the trusty pocket pinger,
Oh, nice.
which I love using. And
Oh, that's cool.
then, let's see. Oh, yeah. And then I have the little neodymium magnets that I can put and watch it run across the face of the rounder coin.
Neodymium magnets. Yes. Do you use those magnets to test your silver? I do. Neodymium is a critical rare earth mineral. Now, I've mentioned critical minerals on my channel many times, like lithium, tungsten, uranium, copper, and of course, silver. In fact, did you see Vice President J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio at the 2026 Critical Minerals Ministerial on February 4th? 70% of the world's GDP was there. Did you hear what they said?
As much as data centers and technology and all of these incredible things that we're all working on matter, fundamentally, you still have an economy that runs on real things. And I would add to that, there's no realer thing than critical minerals. And I think a lot of us have learned the hard way, in some ways, over the last year, how much our economies depend on these critical minerals. So every man and woman, I believe, in this room understands what we're confronting together today. And I say together, and that is very much something that is at the heart of Secretary Rubio's initiative, and as he said, at the heart of what we're trying to do all across the administration, is recognize that this is something where our alliances and our friendships can really help one another.
Oh, there's so much in that speech. I'm not going to show any more of it, but you got to watch it. We are literally reshaping global supply chains for strategic minerals right now. And the U.S. is taking the lead here, guys. We launched Project Vault. It's a $12 billion strategic critical minerals stockpile. It's a bombshell of a move. I really believe that Trump is preparing us for war, unfortunately. In fact, I think it's a big reason why the price of silver and gold has risen so much. He's getting us on a war footing, people, and he's doing it with critical minerals, too. We're going to get back to Silver Dave and also a really interesting first-time silver stacker in just a minute, but I have to tell you about another critical mineral I've learned a lot about. It's niobium. Have you heard of it? This critical mineral is one of our government's top concerns because niobium is critical to our steel industry. It's a steel strengthener. It's a super alloy that we use in jet engines and rocket nozzles and hypersonic missiles. Niobium is completely irreplaceable. I mean, we talk about silver being irreplaceable, but there's absolutely no substitute for niobium. Get this, there are currently 0 operational mines of niobium on U.S. soil. 0. And there's just 1 on Canadian soil. There is 1 company down in Brazil that has 90% of the world's niobium. A single company. And they send it all off to China for refinement. Guys, this is what you call a big problem, a big top-tier security problem. Like neodymium and its sister praseodymium, niobium is critical to the U.S. All 3 are on America's official critical minerals list, and all 3 are being targeted by today's sponsor, North American Niobium, ticker symbol NIOMF. Their assets are in the same region as North America's only niobium mine up in Quebec. The company has requested drilling permits from the local government. They are cashing up big time to begin drilling this year, and they're doing it just as the world's largest governments are fighting over access to critical minerals. So while deficits in niobium and in neodymium and praseodymium are a big risk, they can also be a big profit engine for us. I consider North American niobium a ground floor opportunity. actually a sub-basement floor opportunity because they're in an exploration phase right now. They're focusing on 4 core properties spanning nearly 75,000 acres in the Grenville Province mining area. These are their rare earth target zones, guys. Now, one of the 4 key areas in my Yankee quadrant I use to evaluate mining companies is management. And very few names carry the weight of Joseph Carrabba. He's on North American Niobium's board of directors. He was a legend as the chairman, president, and CEO of Cliffs Natural Resources, now Cleveland Cliffs. And he was a director for Newmont Corporation, the world's largest gold mining company. He's big. All right. And there are other big names on their board as well. We're talking the cream of the crop here. So do yourself a big favor and check out North American Niobium for a critical minerals speculative investment. The ticker symbol right on the screen is NIOMF. They can be traded on the U.S. over-the-counter market, and they're available on Schwab, Fidelity, Interactive Brokers, E-Trade. Obviously, don't buy a single share of North American Niobium or any other mining stock I profile on my channel just because I like them, just because I'm considering investing in them. You have to do your own due diligence, see if they're right for you. And I would encourage you to find out more about them by clicking the links in the description below. All right, let's get back to Silver Dave and the local silver mint.
Well, yeah, I think I'll just do this trade then and probably call that good. But
Okay.
yeah.
Nothing here?
Yeah, I'll probably hold on to this stuff.
I think that's smart. That's a good idea.
Absolutely. Yeah. Good stuff.
I like the gold. You have some good diversity in there.
Yeah, you got to have a little bit of everything. You know, I don't think all in on one thing is a good idea. That's why I got into the metals. So.
Where are you from?
I'm from Maine.
Maine.
Yeah.
And you came down here to local silver mint to do the exchange. That's impressive.
Yeah, it was a little detour, but yeah.
Well, I'm glad you did. It was great meeting you too. Thank you.
Could I get a signature from Yankee and Silver Dave on here, please?
Of course you can.
Pleasure meeting
All
you.
right, here you go.
Thank you for being a customer. We appreciate your business and keep on stacking.
Will do.
What has been the traffic recently, Dave, for buying and selling silver and gold?
1 ounce rounds, buffaloes,
Yeah.
still probably the top popular thing. Welcome.
Do you mind if I chat with you?
Oh, we're on camera.
Are you in here to buy silver?
I am. Yeah, I am in here to buy silver. So I've kind of been eyeing silver as a possible, like, apocalypse plan, you might say.
Oh, wow.
Boy, everyone keeps talking about this today.
We were just talking earlier about the possibility of a dollar reset, a collapse in our economic system.
Oh, the possibility?
Yeah, what do you
Isn't
think?
it kind of already happening? I feel like the whole thing is falling apart. So yeah, I'm kind of ready to buy silver because I need a go bag that's going to be worth something if and when cash dollars aren't, and then also it's just going to be worth more, you know, than it already is worth more than $1. Right. But I'm just really interested in its growth and also the fact that it's not imaginary. So
That's great. Do you have a specific type of silver that you're interested in getting? Or are you open to all kinds of different ideas?
I think
Go
what
ahead.
we should do is maybe take a walk around the room and I can go over some of the different items we have and the differences between them and the price differences so you could decide what makes the most sense for your goals.
okay, let's go.
He's got a great showroom, and you'll have a lot of fun looking. Let me tell you, there's some really cool stuff here.
Yep.
Dave, I'll let you go.
What do you got going on?
Oop.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Chuck. I'm a local silversmith.
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Brittany.
How's it going, Brittany?
Good.
What's your name? I'm sorry, I
My
missed
name's
that.
Chuck. I'm a local silversmith. My company is Winter's Anvil. I have a display case here at Local Silver Mint.
Oh, I've seen this. There's some amazing stuff in here.
He's very impressive, and I have quite a few of his items in my personal collection.
Is that a silver thing?
Right, and everything's made out of 999 silver. I'm a stacker myself, and after a while, I thought I collected everything, so I actually had to make new stuff for everybody else to collect too. So you'll find all kinds of different pop art and classical stuff, all the way to medieval reproductions.
Now, he said 999. Dave, do you want to explain to Brittany here the difference in sterling and 3/9 fine that he just mentioned?
Sure. So sterling silver is also known as 0.925 silver. And it basically means the silver is 92.5% silver. 999 silver is 99.9% pure silver. And so that's what the 999. Generally, yeah, because there's more silver contained.
Yeah.
Because pure silver is extremely soft, it's rarely used for jewelry. So what they do is they add that 7.5% copper to it and makes it very strong and durable. And that's why sterling silver is most commonly used for jewelry and forks and spoons. If you use pure silver on the fork, you'd stick it in and be like, meow.
It's worth more. It tarnishes less. It's a little bit harder to work with when you're pouring and creating, but I think it's worth it to go with the real deal stuff.
Great. Well, thank you for showing that to
No
us.
problem.
I think it's more, something I'd want to display.
Yeah, that would be a fun thing to put out
Yeah.
for display
Yes.
purposes.
So we'll start here, and in this first case, we have coins. And we can see American Silver Eagle coin, Canadian Maple coin. Those are two of the most popular bullion coins. Now, it's a coin because it's made by a government mint and has a face value in a particular currency. So that you'll notice that it says dollar, or euro, or rand, that they put a $1 face value on the Silver Eagle. However, because it's made by a government mint and it has that face value, it's called a coin. Similarly here, we have more coins from Australia and other government mints. You will typically pay the highest premium for coins, such as the American Silver Eagle. It's considered the world's top bullion coin, so you're going to pay the most money per ounce for that. It's very beautiful. It's highly recognized around the world. However, you're paying for it.
Also, it's bank backed. That's what we're trying to not do here.
So that's a good question, though.
So, well, it's interesting that they put a $1 face value on it.
Right.
I've often said, sorry, audience, if you get mad at me over this, hopefully you're going to get over it. But I've often said the reason they put the $1 face value on it is so it won't spend. So that it makes it hard to use it as a transactional tool, as a silver currency, because that's $80, $90 worth of silver. It says $1 on it. And so if you try to spend it, a guy who's a layman is going to be like, well, this is only $1.
Are you suggesting that the American government would tell a misleading?
No,
untruth
they would never lie. Everything they have ever said is in
shocking.
fact true.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
guys. all
I
right.
trust them.
I guess sovereign coins are out.
So, well, for the sake of carrying the Torah on, even though I have a feeling this may not be your cup of tea either, but just to give you the basis, here it's 90% silver. Once again, they made it harder by using 90% instead of 999, so it's more durable for circulation, has a face value, but it doesn't tell you how much silver is contained in it. The US government made laws that required 925 silver or higher be marked, meaning that anything 925 or higher had to be marked. And then, of course, they conveniently made the coins out of 90% silver just below where they didn't have to mark it. And I've often thought that they did that on purpose because they knew in 1965 when they were going to switch the coins, the silver coins, with silver colored coins that had no silver in them, that they wouldn't have to change the language on the coin. They wouldn't have to take the word silver off of it.
Interesting.
So I've often thought that's why they did it.
I believe it, and I will see your conspiracy and meet you, double you down with that's what fragrance is. Fragrance is an unregulated chemical additive to all sorts of things. We have fragrance on our clothes. It's supposed to be a fire retardant. We have fragrance in our things that we plug into the wall, candles.
Right.
Perfumes, all of that is highly toxic, among the most toxic stuff that you can have, but it doesn't need to be measured or regulated. It falls into its own unregulated category because it's such a small amount.
So even though it's divisible and it's cheap nowadays, that's my downside, and it's got government stuff all over it. So
Okay.
Now,
All right.
as we go forward, we start looking at 1 ounce rounds and 1 ounce bars. And these, because they don't have a face value in a particular currency, and they are not made by a government mint, they are considered rounds as opposed to coins. And so 1 ounce and 1 ounce rounds, and then we have bars.
Yeah, she was
5 ounce.
distracted by something over there.
This is the investment things, right? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yes. So in this case, as you have noticed, we have bars, 5, 10, and 100 ounce. The 100 ounce is typically seen as an investment tool because you're going to get a low price per ounce on the 100 ounce bar because it costs less to make one 100 ounce bar than, say, to make 100 1 ounce rounds.
The bigger is better?
Yes and no. Depends if you mean to buy or to sell. So when you buy, you can buy the 100 ounce bars for a lower premium, but when you go to sell, you'll often have a harder time selling it for the full amount of money because it's so much money at one time, or you got to do a tax form because it's $10,000. So
Which has
it makes
become
it
a bigger
harder-
deal now with the price of silver going up.
especially
right?
when silver
Yeah.
was over $100,
Yeah.
which is probably coming back. I don't want to sell my silver back for dollars during the dollar meltdown. I want to trade it for goods and services. And when I have no divisibility and all I have is $10,000 bills and everyone wants to sell me chiclets, I either have to overpay or like maybe you need a ride.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to go to the market and you want to buy a bread from one person and a chicken from someone else, but you got one big thing that's the price of 1,000 chickens. So
I think she wants to hold that.
I really
price.
want
So
Is that
there's
actually
still
what you were
more.
thinking of getting a big bar?
Well,
possibly?
yeah, that's why I came in here. I don't know where else to buy a huge bar of silver.
So, well,
okay.
I'm going to put this in your hand and I want you to experience it.
Ooh, just kidding. Just kidding. I work out.
Medic,
I work out. This is crazy.
this is good as investment in silver if your plan is to sell it back for dollars or if you're going to trade it for a house or a property. So if someone was going to spend silver, this would not be the first thing I would buy. But if you are buying more and more silver and at some point you had a huge amount of money to spend and you're going to buy 100 of these, then maybe I would do it. But I wouldn't go to this first. If I needed like something that's big money in my go bag, I'd put an ounce of gold. It's lightweight and then you got like half the value of this.
Okay.
But then if I wanted silver for my go bag or my apocalypse preparation, then I would think about silver that's in a more divisible format like silver bits. 1/10 ounce pure silver. They clearly say 999 silver right on them. 1/10 ounce, so that if you hand them to a person
Wow.
and trade for a dozen eggs or a basket of vegetables, they can just look at it and they can tell that it's silver. And so this is equal to 1,000 of these.
These are meant for transactional purposes.
Yeah, like I can spend this without giving away the whole farm, as it were.
Yes, but to me, I start small with small divisible silver, and then as you accumulate to your stack, and or you have more money that you can put in, then at some point you could possibly get to these, though I have less of these in my personal collection and a lot of these.
Yeah.
Let me ask Brittany a question. What got you into even considering the silver?
I'm starting to understand how systems work and how systems of behaviors work. So in my mind, it's like, why don't we go into a farmer's market, right, and spend silver instead of dollars? And especially with everything happening globally, it's nice to hide from Big Brother, which we can't do with our credit cards and dollars and blah. So I've been thinking about silver specifically because I am a silver girly and I drive by here. Gold seems out of budget, and I don't believe in anything imaginary. So if it exists only on a screen that can be deleted, I'm out. I'm not here for Bitcoin. I'm not here for crypto. I'm not here for like certificates of silver that supposedly exist somewhere. I want this.
The real stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So, and that's very
That's
interesting
great.
stuff. Now, everything has pros and cons. Right now, if you were to buy this, you would pay approximately $8,400.
Okay.
As of
but-
today.
but budget
As
is
of-
10,
Right.
so that's
Okay?
still doable.
So here about $8,400 versus here you'll pay about $8,900. 1,000 pieces for $8,900 or one big block for $8,400 because it costs more to make those. So that's the trade-off. A lot of guys only are fixated on the price. They say, oh, I'll just get the cheapest thing. And they're only thinking in terms of their buy, but they're not thinking in terms of their sell. To me, I feel like with this, because you got a little at a time, you have more versatility, more flexibility. You can spend it, you can trade it, etc. And when a guy walks in the store and they sell us this, we pay him a little bit below spot. When a guy walks in the store to sell these back to us, which doesn't happen very often, most people are stacking them and keeping them, we pay over spot for silver.
Really? Good. Very good. Well, bigger isn't always better, but a diversification between, some 90% constitutional, 1 ounce bars and rounds, maybe a few coins, some bits. Obviously, I think it's a good idea to have a lot of different types of silver.
Yes, I hear that. So far, though, these are my favorite. They're the shiniest, the smallest, the most divisible.
All right. Well,
Also, not everybody, I'm kind of, right, we want to be trendsetters when we're talking about going against systems. We need to be able to influence others to change. And they've all heard of that crap, but this,
it's not crap, I'll tell you that. The bits are awesome. I definitely think you should get some.
yeah.
I love them. I want to fill a bathtub with them. With where you don't want to dive into it, but maybe have a big room where you can
Dave, stop. I'm
These are
getting
some
the images that I'm getting now.
I'll wear a bathing suit. I'll wear a bathing suit. I will not be naked. It won't be store silver. It'll be my personal stuff. I promise.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So what do you think, Brittany? What interests you?
I thought I was coming in to buy my first silver bar to invest and do my emergency bag, but it's not, doesn't meet most of my goals. So I'm going to buy this amount, because this is what I wanted, of these little guys, and still have $1,100 left over in my budget.
Good. Way to go. Love it.
Wow.
How's that?
Excellent. That sounds fantastic. I like the way you shop. Each bag contains 100 silver bits, and then that's 8, 9, 10 bags of silver bits for the lady.
What do you
Yep,
think?
you're welcome. If you want to inspect them, you can pour some in your hand if you want, but once they touch your skin, you have to buy them. Sale!
I'm so happy!